recording the meeting. Eventually, we're gonna, cut out the unnecessary parts.
Okay.
So let me pull up my list of questions. It was pretty simple questions, but I'd still rather have that in front of me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me transfer these here. Copy paste and send it to. All right, got it.
Yep.
Alrighty. So just to briefly go over the questions, we're going to start off with a quick introduction, just talk about yourself, who you are, what you've done and stuff. The next question is, why did you join VINchain? What trends are you observing in the automotive industry? Where do you think mobility will be in the next 5 to 10 years? Why is blockchain so important? And why is VINchain the right, solution?
Okay.
I'm not going to ask any sensitive questions, but sometimes, questions will stem from our conversation. So I'm just going to go ahead and, address those.
Okay.
Again, if anything, if we start, veering towards topics you don't want to talk about, that's okay. We could always either reshoot the video or, just steer clear of those.
Okay.
All right. So let's get started.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Don, thank you so much for being here. We're here with all, no. Let me start over. Let me start. Hi, everyone. We have Donald Harris here on the line with me. Donald, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Hey, it's great to talk to you, Alex. Thank you.
Likewise. So, Donald, why don't you start off with a brief introduction? Would you mind telling us about who you are and, tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm currently the Vice President of Financial Planning and Analysis at Sonic Automotive. It's a large publicly traded automotive group. We have 100 dealerships throughout the country, and we represent 25 brands in 13 states. And then we also have our used car super centers that we've started up called Echo Park, and those have 9 stores. And so I also oversee the group that does the analytics on the pricing and the inventory acquisitions for the Echo Park. And I live here in Charlotte. I have 2 kids, and it's about it.
Cool. Sounds very exciting. Yeah, it sounds like you have your hands full too. You guys have a lot of things going on. So, my next question is, why did you decide to join VINchain? What convinced you to join our team?
I did some research, and I thought that there's a very great idea and concept behind VINchain, and I like how it can be beneficial to many different parts of the industry. I've been excited by the blockchain technologies, and there's a lot of potential benefits that can be derived by different industries in the blockchain. And, me being in the auto industry, I found that I was really pulled to this and wanted to learn a lot more about it. I think you're going after some problems that exist in the industry, and there's definitely some solutions that your team is coming up with.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a whole lot changing in the automotive landscape. Along with the introduction of blockchain, electrical vehicles, AI, and all of these amazing things that seem to be sprouting up all at the same time and all emerging. What exactly do you see happening in the next 5 to 10 years? What general trends are you observing in the automotive industry?
Yeah, there's definitely, right now there's a big shift into just moving towards SUVs. So that's changing the industry a lot just from the product side. But overall, there's a movement towards the electric vehicles. And that's going to be a big shift somewhere along, the next 5 to 10 to 20 years. And no one really knows how fast it's going to happen or what the effects are going to be. There's also the autonomous vehicles and, how's that going to shake out? How's that going to affect the industry? Ride sharing services like, Uber and Lyft, that sort of stuff. and just general the ideas of people and the relationship with their vehicles. So you have subscription services are becoming bigger and bigger as we go. A lot of the OEMs are starting that sort of stuff up. And then more short-term flexible leasing has started to catch on with some new kind of startups. And then beside that, just, online transactions versus brick and mortar dealerships. Carvana, do people want to go to the dealerships and pick out a car, or do they want to have it delivered to them? And, using data and analytics to help with all this stuff, I think is really going to be, some of the shifts over the next 5 years. So it's going to be an interesting time. And there's definitely a lot of stuff changing, just how there's been, the previous 20 years in the industry. The next 20 years is going to be a wild ride, and this is going to be a lot of changes. And, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, honestly, personally, I'm really excited about mobility as a service. I'm the first one to ditch my car, and I don't want to actually own anything, but I want it to be there when I need it, and I don't want to be thinking about it when it's not there. There's no need for me to be interacting with it. So I've been looking into many alternatives myself. So I'm very excited for the changes that are coming. So if you're a dealership,
we're working for that,
thing, let me know.
Yeah, definitely. We're actively investing in subscription models, and we're helping to pilot the BMW and Mercedes ones, like in Nashville.
Uh-huh.
And that's definitely a change to the industry, and it's almost the Netflix of automobile, right? This is a way different way of looking at automobile ownership.
Yeah, I think that's so exciting. Just especially the entire American culture and mentality. We have a very disposable, use it once and throw it away kind of deal. Not keep it and take care of it. Pass it down the generations kind of deal. So I think that's something that we're all very ready to embrace. But now we just have to create the actual product behind it, like put all of the infrastructure in place to support all of that. I understand, a lot of manufacturers have their own passport programs where you could subscribe for a set monthly fee, and you could rotate every month or so within a certain fleet of vehicles, right?
Right.
Porsche passport and other manufacturers have their own name for basically for the same program.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's all very exciting. So out of all of the big changes that are looming on the horizon, where do you think blockchain will play in all of this? Why do you think blockchain is important to the automotive industry?
So the data is becoming more and more important as the consumer preferences are changing. And, blockchain can help with all this. Just like we talked about, the ease of use and transferring in and out of cars. Like right now, some of the industries, like the insurance industry, that stuff is very difficult. The title work in a vehicle. If you had the ability to swap in and out of cars very fast and get the title work all going together, you could easily say, oh, I want to sign up for a lease, and now 3 months later, I want a different car. A month later, I want a different car, and that sort of stuff. Right now, that would be a real big pain in the butt to basically, get all that paperwork done.
PG-13, yeah.
Right. So, that's one of the ways where blockchain can help a lot. The other is just, the used car industry. One of the great fears of buying used is always the unknown, and people are worried about, what am I buying? And that's why they want to see it in person. They want to touch it. They want to drive it. They want all the vehicle history. So the blockchain technology can make all of that stuff smoother, where, here's a whole list of all the stuff that's happened to the car. You can give the details, make people feel better about it. That could lead to more online transactions. Like, I don't need to test drive it or see it because I believe it more in person and that sort of stuff. So that could lead even to like a shifting of smaller stores, delivery to people's houses and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. So where do you think VINchain fits into all of this? Why do you think that we're the right solution for the automotive industry?
So I think you have a great concept behind it that offers a lot of flexibility and a lot of different ways and different parts of the industry that you can help affect. So you start at the VIN level, at the birth of a car and follow it all the way through. And if you could capture all that data, there's so many different parts of the industry that could benefit from the OEMs, from the service, from the dealers, like even what they're ordering cars, how OEMs are building them, getting it right with the consumer preference, making it streamlined from the processing of the title and the paperwork and the insurance and all that sort of stuff. And you have a great, I think, framework to kind of put all of that stuff together and be beneficial in many different ways.
Hmm. Well, I love hearing good things about my business. So, yeah, thank you for that. And I mean, there are a lot of moving parts in this. Primarily right now, what's stopping a transparent record of a vehicle, so to say, is information happens to be very siloed off in different repositories, and different participants have different snippets of the data, and there's nothing right now to tie everything together. And that's primarily what we're aiming to do, is to tie all of these separated databases together through the common thread that is VINchain. All while aligning incentives for all of those industry participants to actually participate in the system with token rewards. So it's all very exciting stuff, and I know we have a lot of work ahead of us, and that's why we're very happy to have somebody like you on the team, because it's we can't do it all on our own. We do need help, and it's having people like you who can provide strategic and operational and guidance along the way to help steer us in the right direction to ultimately achieve our vision. So really, I appreciate you being on the team, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you for having me as an advisor for your team. And I agree, you have great technology, and then you've aligned yourself with great advisors to help partner with the knowledge of the industry. And I think it's going to be a great team. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, thank you so much for being here with us today, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
No problem.